Shalom, let give out undergoing praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. I give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstones. Salutations to all sincere brothers pushing his word out across the four corners of the earth. And this is just a quick response video to Elder Apostle Gabar's video on America's boarding up. And this is from naturalnews.com, and the title says, "Retail stores in large cities appear to be preparing for mass riots by boarding up their windows." And this was published on April the 2nd, 2020. As cities all over America has placed stay-at-home orders in response to the coronavirus, high-end retailers are worrying about potential civil unrest. Several shops, including those in one of Hollywood's most famous shopping districts, are taking measures to protect themselves against possible looters. Shops on or around Beverly Hills Rodeo Drive seem to be preparing for the worst possible scenario during this current outbreak. Photographs have surfaced online of several of these stores having their doors and storefront windows boarded up with giant slabs of plywood. This is in addition to said stores clearing out their shelves of expensive merchandise. The defensive measures by retailers come after police departments have been hit hard by the ongoing pandemic. In some cities, hundreds of police officers have tested positive for the disease, while thousands have called in sick or are in isolation. High-end stores anticipating looting and civil unrest all over. Rodeo Drive isn't the only high-end shopping district that's seeing its stores board up due to fears of possible looting and civil unrest. Numerous photographs have popped up over Twitter showing shopping districts in cities around the country, such as Chicago, San Francisco, and more, boarding up their windows. A shortage of police officers is a worry in the U.S. While open civil unrest and rioting have yet to happen in the U.S., retailers are not taking any chances. One of the reasons for this is that police departments themselves are being walloped by the coronavirus. A survey of over 40 law enforcement agencies done by the Associated Press shows that over 690 officers nationwide have been quarantined because of the virus. The New York City Police Department has been the hardest hit of all the departments surveyed. When the survey was conducted, 512 NYPD police officers had tested as positive for the virus. City officials, however, now expect the number to have ballooned to over 900 NYPD officers by March 30th. One of the officers who tested positive have since died over the weekend, bringing the total of NYPD officers who have succumbed to it to 3. Meanwhile, an even large number of officers are out of sick or in isolation, while NYPD Police Commissioner Dermot Shea confirming that 5,000 officers were out sick as of Sunday. So what these different retailers are doing, they are boarding up because they feel that it's going to be a spirit of civil unrest, public disturbances in the streets of America. And that's very true, because these police officers are so-called sick now, so they are not patrolling the streets as they usually would. So now that's going to bring more of these looters out. And they definitely going to get through these different plywoods and these stores, and they're going to get all these merchandises that they want. So this is leading to the days of civil unrest. And our apostles and elders of Great Millstone been prophesying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashal about these type of events was going to come into fruition many, many years ago. And we are in those days right now. This is biblical prophecies are being fulfilled. That's how you know that a country is about to get ready to go out. When you start seeing civil unrest, public disturbances, and just rioting going on, that's how you know this country doesn't have much longer to survive. And that leads me to the book of Isaiah, the 24th chapter and the 10th verse. The city of confusion is broken down. So America, one of its code name is Babylon the Great. And that word Babylon goes into the Hebrew word Babal, and it simply means confusion. Because the ways of Yahweh, Yahushai, are simple and plain, the laws, statutes, and commandments. So they are straightforward. But this so-called white man, being the biblical Edomites, the so-called Caucasian race, they are in control right now. So they have made their own laws, statutes, and commandments, their own regulations and legislations. So they flip everything all around. It's confusing now. That's why it's okay for a man can be a woman can be a man. These little children don't even know their true gender because of the ways of America, that great confusion. So everything is confused in this land of America right now. So the city of confusion is broken down. So right now, it's being broken down spiritually and morally. You see that pride of America is steeping down some. These people always talking about make America great again. So that pride of America is being broken down because this place is spiritually falling. It's morally falling. And you can see it on stages of it physically falling. Look at the corrosion with the bridges, the highways, the streets, the buildings. This place is deteriorating. So that's on a physical level. And the ultimate level, how this place is going to be broken down by those nuclear missiles known as ICBMs. World War III, Armageddon. And also the chariots of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So every house is shut up that no man may come in. And as you see right here, with these different businesses, they are boarding up because of this so-called pandemic going on. And now it has people scared because a lot of people are not able to go work. A lot of people are being desperate in a time of need. So these looters are gonna come out and they're gonna go into these different stores and steal stuff. So these are the times that we are in. When you see movies like Purge, The Road, The Book of Eli, those are just small cases of what's gonna happen to America. Verse 11, there's a crying for wine in the streets. And this wine right here is talking about the truth. Because right now, the doors of mercy are still open, meaning that the prophets of the Most High are still out there on the highways and the byways. In certain cities, they are not. But it's still open because you still see brothers pushing out videos on the internet. So a lot of our people are getting restless and they know something is going on. So it's a crying for wine in the streets. A lot of people want to find out what's really going on. Well, ultimately, they got to go through the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to know what the case is. So all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. So all that happy hour, these different sporting events, all these different cruise rides, you want to go ahead and go to another country, things that such, that's shut down right now. So the joy is being darkened. It's on a low vibration. Everybody is pretty much on that stay-at-home orders. So while these people continue being at home, they continue hearing that stay-at-home order, stay at home, these people will become more and more restless. And these people are gonna get out and they're gonna start rioting. They're gonna start going to these neighborhood houses and start stealing things, going to these different businesses that are closed and breaking into them. These are time frames we are in. This is 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter and 12th verse. Egypt should mourn, and modern day Egypt is talking about America. America has many code names according to the scriptures, and Egypt is one of them, because America imitates the customs of ancient Egypt. The symbolisms, different philosophies, the different characteristics that ancient Egypt had, America has it too. So America is like all these different kingdoms that once ruled, and it just balled them all up into one, and that leads you to the results of America. So Egypt should mourn, or America should mourn, and these people are in a state of mourning. They're not in a state of mirth anymore because these people are jobless. These people have that great pride. It's beautiful to see that pride is being brought down low. That American pride that made America great again. So this place disrespect Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah on so many different levels. They disrespect the Bible. They disrespect the prophets. They leave that negative comments on our videos. So it's beautiful to see these tables are being turned now. And the foundation of it should be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High should bring upon it. So that plague goes into afflictions, calamities, evils, scourges. And one of the scourges that Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah is bringing on this place is with this economy. You see, this economy is not in great shape. This job market's in a real bad situation right now. Just last week alone, 6.6 million Americans filed unemployment benefits. So just imagine what that's doing to the financial market. So that's one of the plagues that Yahweh Ba'ashem Shah is bringing upon this place due to that pride of America. I'll jump down to verse 18. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled. So that's why you see these different cities across America, they are boarding up their stores because they feel like it's great trouble is coming. With these looters, the civil unrest, these public disturbances, it's going to be all hell broke loose in the streets of America. The houses should be destroyed and men should be afraid. And you can look at these people's faces. You go out shopping, you go about your daily business. These people have that spirit of fear on them. And that's just beautiful to see because these the same people who are talking prideful just like weeks before all this stuff started happening. So now you are just seeing these changes on these different people's faces. It's a whole different vibration out here now. And that's also beautiful to see each sincere brother that's teaching the word of Yahweh Shem Shai are in that calm, cool, and collected spirit, just being firm in the spirit. So that's those two different vibrations that Yahweh Shem Shai has placed upon his earth. As it says, that wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times. A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So like these neighbors that once used to get along, they probably used to visit each other, have cookouts, watch the game. Back then, they probably watched the other neighbor's child while the other neighbor's going to work, So all that is about to be played out with. They're going to be enemies. They're going to be opposition to one another because of the lack of bread for great tribulation, great straits, great distress that Yahweh Shem Shai is going to put on this place. That spirit of great tribulation is in the streets of America right now. We are in the beginning stages of it, and you can see it on these people's faces. And this is the book of Proverbs, the 10th chapter and 29th verse. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright. And the upright is referencing to the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord willing, that's us. The word upright goes into adhering strictly to the moral principles. The true moral principles are following the ways of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. But destruction should be to the workers of iniquity. And that's going into these banking elites of these Edomite nation, these other nations as well, and also 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Because one thing about our people, if trouble doesn't hit their door, they're not worried about it. They just in their own world. So majority of our people are being affected by this so-called pandemic. A lot of them are jobless. So now they are believing on mainstream news, count upon Trump, let them know when they can be able to go back to work. Let them know when things are going to alleviate here. So our people are trusting into their oppression, but at the end of the day, it's going to be their destruction because you are trusting into your enemy. So, but destruction should be to the workers of iniquity. And that's exactly what 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to get. And the main workers of iniquity are talking about these elites, because they really think they're going to fulfill this new world order. Like they rubbing their hands like the bird, man, thinking that everything's going to go in their hands and their ways, and they're going to upset biblical prophecies. But as it says in the book of Job, the 5th chapter, that the Most High is going to disappoint the devices of the crafty. So they cannot perform their enterprise, which is going to the new world order. It's going to be a righteous new world order, which is leading to Yahweh Shai's. It's the book of Judges, the 10th chapter and 11th verse. And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, did not I deliver you from the Egyptians and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon and from the Philistines? The Zidonians also and the Amalekites and the Maonites did oppress you, and ye cried to me, and I deliver you out of their hand. So it's just like our people, like when trouble comes through their door, then they want to pray to God. Then they want to get right. Then they want to get spiritual. So just like in this case right now, trouble is knocking on their door. Now they want to pray to a higher power. Now they trying to seek the true ways of seeing who they are now. Verse 13, yet you have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. Because right now, the doors of mercy are still open. You have brothers still out there teaching on the highways and the byways. In certain cities, you don't have the brothers out there due to the regulations of that particular city or state. But you still have brothers still pushing videos out. So this internet is still going, meaning it's still an opportunity for salvation out there. And as it says that they serve other gods. Because one of the main gods majority of our people still worship to this day is money, which goes into mammon. They still have that mentality in this current condition, in this quarantine state. They want to chase a bag. They trying to get it by all means. But in actuality, you're supposed to be seeking a higher power. You're supposed to be trying to get yourselves right before that great day coming. Also, you have this madness going on where you have this thing called quarantine radio, and you have rappers hosting this event by Instagram where they have women of our nation twerking and things of that sort, just going through nothing but folly. So you showing these elites right now that you are comfortable in this state or this quarantine condition. But what Esau is going to do, he's going to gradually turn that knob up, because we are just only in phase 1 of this new world order. Then it's going to gradually turn. That pressure is going to get hotter and hotter on you people. Then that's going to refer right back to Isaiah the 24th chapter. It's a crying for wine in the streets. Then you want to know the truth. But that's the spirit that Yahweh Bashem Shah want most of our people in. So that's going to be their destruction. And that's why it says that, wherefore I will deliver you no more. Verse 14, go and cry unto the gods which you have chosen. So go ahead and cry unto Jesus, Jesus, or whatever type of deity that 2/3 of the nation Israel worship. Go ahead and cry to them in your time of great tribulation. So Yahweh Bashem Shah saying, don't come to him, because you had your chance right now when you see his prophets out there. So go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen, let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So a lot of our people trusting in Trump and this government, they hoping for a vaccine so they can be able to take it, so they won't be having this so-called coronavirus. Go ahead and keep trusting in that. That's going to be your downfall. Because once you take that vaccine, so more than likely that's going to be that microchip inside of it. So you're going to be through for real, according to the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter. And this is the book of Matthew, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And this is speaking to the hopeful elect of the nation Israel. Because think about billions of Israelites on this earth right now. And Yahweh Bashem Shah has called us into this ministry to understand his word, to understand his dark sayings, to understand his mysteries and prophecies. So that's a blessed position to be in compared to majority of this people. So call on Yahweh Bashem Shah for that. But blessed are your eyes, for they see. So we can turn on mainstream news, and through the spirit, when we see this so-called white man speaking about this coronavirus situation, we know that they are forgers of lies. We refer everything back to the scriptures. Never trust thy enemy. As soon as they be born, they come speaking lies. We think upon scriptures like that. Whereas 2/3 of the nation of Israel, when they turn on mainstream news, they believe everything that this so-called white man say. You have a lot of our people right now hoping that they find a so-called vaccine for this coronavirus situation, so things can go back normal for them. You really have our people hoping in oppression. So that's why the scriptures say, but blessed are your eyes, for they see. So we can be able to detect these lies and wickedness that's coming from this so-called white man. And we know through the spirit that he's just doing this for propaganda, so he can be able to forward his new world order. And your ears, for they hear. Because we know what we are hearing is nothing but wickedness, is nothing but BS. Verse 17, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. So all the ancient prophets was looking forward to the kingdom of heaven. And Lord willing, we are them same men coming back into that stead, and we looking forward to the kingdom of heaven right now. So they was all looking forward to that end vision, which means Yahweh Shai coming back to redeem his elect. Set the elect of the nation of Israel right back up, be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. That's why it's stated in the book of Acts, the 1st chapter, when the apostles saw Yahweh Shai, and they asked him, will thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel? So Lord willing, we are them same spirits coming back, and we are rejoicing in the downfall of this place America, in the end of Esau's rule, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So these are just beautiful times to be in. Going back to the top of the list, these retail stores in large cities appear to be preparing for mass riots by boarding up their windows. So the spirit of civil unrest is definitely in the streets of America. And these people are going to be in that type of spirit that the love of many shall wax cold. It's going to be lawlessness out here, social unrest, chaos, anarchy. And that's a spirit that we want this place to be in, because we know as soon as we see this type of spirit be in America, that's how you know that Yahweh Shai, he's almost here. So with that, I hope you all was edified. I'd like to give all honor and glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. A double honors again to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations again to you, sincere brothers. Shalom.